Chapter 1282. Wilbur finally got up after half an hour. Meanwhile, Bailey was lying immobile on the sofa. There were blood stains on the sofa. "You should rest. I'll go and get a shower," said Wilbur. She bit her lip and silently nodded. It was her first time, and it hurt. However, she felt satisfied. She knew that she would never meet another powerful and kind man like Wilbur again. Perhaps she would marry a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, or any man. However, there would not be another dream lover like Wilbur. She was willing, and she had no regrets. Morning came. In a mansion in Gamuda City, a tall middle-aged man was enjoying a lavish breakfast in the mansion. There were several servants serving him on the side. Sans Core and Daryl Mondo were kneeling next to the dining table. They were summoned to the mansion long ago. However, the owner of the mansion was still enjoying his meal, so they did not dare to interrupt. That person was the underground king of Gamuda City, the powerful sanctuary-level cultivator, Zerd Khan. Along with Cade Lonan, they were known as the three kings of Gamuda City, the underground rulers. However, they knew that Zerd was the true ruler of Gamuda City. Zerd ruled the underground world of Gamuda City decades ago. They were only his puppets. Zerd wiped his mouth after he was done with his massive breakfast, and then he looked at Sans and Daryl. Zerd had a fat face, and there were warts all over his scalp like a disgusting toad. However, no one dared to disrespect him because he was a sanctuary-level cultivator. He was extraordinary. "Is he a sanctuary-level cultivator?" asked Zerd nonchalantly. Sans replied carefully. "We're not sure. He didn't unleash his domain, but he killed Cade with one move. We can't really tell." Zerd sneered coldly and said, "So, he killed Cade with one move. Do you even need a sanctuary-level cultivator to kill trash like that?" They hurriedly lowered their gazes, and they did not dare to breathe. Zerd sat on the sofa after a while. He said slowly, "I don't care who he is. You guys work for me, and he killed Cade, so he has to pay." "You're right, sir. That guy was too arrogant. I can't believe he dared to provoke the cultivators of Shia," said Daryl. Zerd laughed coldly and said, "There are tons of people who don't know their place. They think they rule the world just because they are sanctuary-level cultivators. It's ridiculous." "What do we do next, sir?" asked Sans. Zerd stood and replied slowly, "We'll go to Tiger Manor and get rid of that arrogant guy, otherwise, that person will be angry." "That person?" asked Sans and Daryl puzzlingly. Zerd replied coldly, "Do you think that Mr. Loya won't find out about this? Would he allow a foreigner to be so arrogant in Shia? We have to hurry up and resolve it before Mr. Loya blames us. Who will be able to afford that?" "Yes, you're right." They kept nodding. Loya was not only a chaplain, but he was also the most powerful cultivator in all of Shia. No one could compare to his status and power in Shia. A foreigner was provoking the cultivators of Gamuda City. As the rulers of Gamuda City, they had to resolve it immediately. Otherwise, they would have to bear the fury of their chaplain, which they could not afford to. Zerd scoffed coldly and walked outside. Daryl and Sans hurriedly followed along. Meanwhile, at Tiger Manor, Bailey barely recovered enough to move about. Wilbur also made breakfast for them. They sat at the dining table and ate in silence. The atmosphere in the room turned awkward quickly. Wilbur tittied up after they were done with breakfast, and he said, "You should go and rest." Bailey asked, "Are you waiting for something by staying here?" Wilbur replied nonchalantly, "Yes." "What are you waiting for?"